clear introduction. It's your boy, Mr. Ambitious, again, coming out my South City, my native city of South Central Los Angeles. The fight don't stop until the heart stop. Let the new legacy begin. Legacy of topic today is weirdos on the internet going around preying on women. That's what I said. Weirdos on the internet going around preying on women's lives and saying, out of pocket type of explicit stuff that can obviously get them set up with a sex or, excuse me. I don't want to say too much to get shadow banned or something. Basically, weirdos that go around saying explicit things and details that, that's obviously considered harassment. That's what I'm doing, exposing weirdos and creeps online. Predatory, creeps online. I don't want to say I gotta watch my wording because I don't want to get banned on here. YouTube is very sensitive to certain details, even though we're trying to send a clear message, into a problem that's going on in our world. I'm gonna state this. My uncle, I have respected my uncle's wishes. He's a former lifer, right? He served time in prison for 28 years. He was a real active gangbanger, on the streets back in probably sometime through the let's just say the heart of gangbanging, part of a generation of the heart of gangbanging back in like the early 90s on up to the mid 90s. He was an active gangbanger on the streets, and he served 28 years in prison. He put his time in for his failures and his mistakes. So he was all about that politic, and he made it all the way through. But he wasn't just about the politic and and chaos and drama, and destruction in prison. He also paved the way for other, at-risk individuals, who wanted to successfully rehabilitate back into society. Programs, at-risk youth programs, the struggling youth program, that's the correct term. He created this at San Diego prison. I think it's Donovan, he created this. I mentioned this in one of my other past lives, but I'm just going to state it again. My uncle Grasstar, he's really real about what he be talking about on here. He talks a lot about rehabilitations, traumas, triggers. He has his counseling, certificate. He's really real about, he's really been through the ups and downs, some of the worst obstacles you can possibly think of in life by being, a former lifer that served 28 years in prison. I say like he served in the military. He did though. He served 28 years in prison for what he done. But anyways, he created the struggling youth program while he was in prison. He created like few other different programs, and he went to the he was denied quite a few times in front of the board, in front of the California Board of Parole. The Board of Parole is, where you got to appear in front of, if you're serving a lot of time and they award you a date to appear in front of, the California, Board of Parole, whether you're a lifer or just serving a bunch of time that carries a life sentence. You have to appear in front of the Board of Parole in order to, be considered, so they can judge you to see if you're considered, to re-enter back into society. Anyway, he created quite a few programs when he was down, and one of them programs I know for sure is still active today. And people, from behind the walls, especially at that San Diego prison, I believe is Donovan, the Donovan prison in San Diego is still utilizing my uncle's program, the struggling youth program, to successfully re-enter back to society. So he's helped, a good number of people. There's record on record that people that successfully transition and parole back in society using his program, Circular Youth Program, is all on records. Quite a few different individuals can contest to that. They can endorse that they can use my Grasstar's Struggling Youth Program to help them re-enter back in society with parole. It's still active today, I believe, in Donovan prison in San Diego. Anyways, like I said, I didn't respect my uncle's wishes for the most part, 97% up until now, about keeping this channel positive and productive in an impactful way for society to see what we've been through, what not to do, fight, through certain hardships with the best tools possible to be able to, achieve success in life and steer away from, the ultimate failures or learn from your mistakes and to keep from the life of, the streets and keep from, ending up behind bars. I didn't respect my uncle's wishes up to now, but at least I'm speaking about something that's, that's something that's considered, predatory and needs to be addressed, so I'm gonna make a exception to my uncle's wishes about keeping this positive, but I'm gonna take this negative. I'm gonna use it towards a positive because I'm gonna address to my Grass Star Nation, everybody out there that's watching or they may be watching, or you can share this information that creeps and weirdos preying on women online is not cool. Making a little specific, explicit comments is not cool. I will tolerate that. The topic is exposing T Slaughter. Yeah, I said T Slaughter. You, dude. T Slaughter. Playing with me, talking about, don't play with me, homie. T Slaughter, I expose you. This is what the topic is about to my Grass Star Nation. T Slaughter. You're a weirdo, dude. I checked your content. You're a weirdo. Seem like you're an actual person with your 6 subscribers. I'm not making fun of everybody else who may have 6, subscribers and stuff like that. I'm just saying, since he's doing weirdo activities, I'm gonna put him on blast. I'm gonna make fun of his silly, content, looking like a J-Cat, looking like a buster, looking like a hillbilly over there, talking about me that I better stop playing with. You know how I be, dude. I'm from California, man. I'm from South Central Los Angeles, man. That's all we do is politic out here. I've been through all the politics, homie. I've done time and all that. I haven't done too much time as my uncle. He come a whole nother dude. He's all new. He's completely rehabilitated, but he's been through all that. So how you gonna tell me, call me UT Slaughter? UT Slaughter, who was on Vicky, the popular YouTubers, Whoa, Vicky's Alive, making explicit comments like you some kind of a peace star or something like that, like y'all messing with each other on a download. Damn well she don't mess with you. I can look at you and look at your page with your boo-boo dreads you was wearing and tell she don't mess with you, homie. How you gonna tell me stop messing with you, dog? Dude, you don't even. I've done time and everything. I don't even have to get into details like that. People like you, I done been around situations. People like you that have made weird comments to, lady COs from behind the walls, or who were dealt with or politicking against just for making comments like that in California. That's how we push politics out here in California. In case you wasn't aware of, you challenged me, homie. I got up on line. I'm telling you to your face, dog. Challenge me, dude. I ain't playing no fucking games, homie. You got a keyboard warrior? Are you serious? I don't even have to speak about my resume, dude. Seriously, I don't even embrace the street lifestyle anymore. But since you over here playing games with me, making explicit, little predatory comments, I'm getting online. Yeah, I'm getting online. And I'm speaking about this, dog. My uncle will agree with me. He's older. He's an OG, but he ain't gonna say too much. But I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. A lot of dudes from my area, South Central, different hoods, would agree with me, dude. If I put you out there, dude. You come out here in LA talking like that, dude, you will get politics so fast, you will get ran up out of South Central, dude. Seriously, dude. Seriously, you think I'm playing games? T Slaughter, you need to get flagged. You need to get ready. You need to get put on Kendrick Lamar song. That's what you are, dude. You borderline predatory. I don't know what you're doing on. I ain't no telling what you're doing on private time. You need to get put on neighborhood watch, homie. You need to be on people's phones through one of them neighborhood watch apps. So every time there's a spotting of a predator, their phones will be alerted about you. That's what you need to get put on. Neighborhood watch app, homie. Red flag, T Slaughter, with your 6 subscribers, homie. Joe funky chains of 6 subscribers, homie. Pot handling ass, homie. Talk to you like that with shitty ass dreads, homie. Straight up. Who you talk to like that, dog? You mess with me at one of my most harsh of times. But I get on here. I'm not even chasing clout. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I like to entertain. I'm from LA. I'm from the land of the entertainment. Los Angeles, all about the hustle and bustle out here. Of course, I like to be in front of the camera sometimes. It's in my blood. I like to entertain, but that's not my sole focus on why I'm creating content on YouTube. I do this for a therapeutic, uh, uh, in a therapeutic type of fashion, an activity for myself, so I can help keep my mind right because of what I've been through, because of time I done served behind the walls, on a few different occasions. It helped me keep me on a better track. You know, it's therapeutic to me. Making videos is therapeutic to me, homie. Making videos is therapeutic to me. That's why I get on here. Just for everybody to know. I'm not chasing no cloud. I'm speaking the real. I don't even write about what I'm gonna say. Everything is clearly spoke from the heart, truthfully spoke from the heart. I don't script write or nothing. I speak about experiences that happened to me, and I speak about it because it might help folks that are watching me, to not make the same mistakes, or it might be going through certain struggles I speak about that everybody go through. Everyday type of struggles. I think I come up with different methods from my experiences on how to be able to prevent, or be able to fight through those struggles if they was to resurface in your life again. I speak about all life experiences and how to combat life experiences to your fullest extent, and to be able to still prosper. Because no matter what, life is going to continue to throw blows at you. You got to be able to duck and dodge them and take them head on. Take them full force. That's what life is all about. That's all I speak about is life experience and how to be able to, endure life with a fighting warrior spirit. That's what I speak about. So everybody out there who's interested in my channel that haven't subscribed to my channel yet, Ambitious LA Legacy. I'm all about that legacy. Nickname myself Mr. Ambitious for a reason. I'm always chasing that legacy, that hustle, that dollar. That dollar, the hustle and bustle lifestyle of LA is in me. It's in my blood. That's what I do every day. Every day is a hustle. The hustle don't stop. The fight don't stop until the heart stop, homie. Always chasing that dollar. So, if y'all want to hear more about stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. When you want to hear about my uncle talk about his experience doing 20 years in prison, talking about motivational speeches and how to combat certain triggers you might have, according to old resentments you got built up in yourself. Everybody got resentments. Everybody got anger. Like I said, he got certification as a counselor. He earned his counselor's degree when he was doing this a certain time. Listen to my uncle. He's speaking all realness from the heart. We also got other entertainment videos. I got connection to the Friday House. My family, roots over there, old neighborhood. We do videos about the Friday House where Ice Cube's iconic movie was actually filmed, and Ice Cube is from around there, not from that particular neighborhood, but from a neighborhood nearby over there, in the hundreds of South Central. He's from over there somewhere. I don't want to get too specific in the details. I don't like giving specific details like that. You probably can look it up on the internet and find some details of where exactly is he from. Anyway, South Central, but he's definitely from out the Hundreds area. My talk about a particular gang. I'm just saying the region out of South Central. You got one street. Well, you don't got one street in South Central. You got, you got like let's just say 30th Street, 30th Street, then so on and forth, all the way to the Hundreds. That region, that particular region on the west side of South Central, Ice Cube is from one of them neighborhoods over there, or grew up, or not necessarily gang, banged the neighborhood that he grew up in, but he's from that. He grew up and was raised in that particular region of the Hundreds of South Central. That's where Ice Cube is from. That's why he had the ability to be able to reconnect with certain sources that he known when he was growing up, and was able to film that movie over there in the actual Friday hood of where my families have roots and ties to. You can't just go in different hoods and just film. No celebrities or celebrity producers, the directors can't just go to any area in a impoverished or in the ghetto and just film and don't have no permission from nobody. Y'all gotta think about that. Ice Cube had a connection, and he got permission from that individual, because they was real cool. They're real cool. I'm pretty sure they're real cool to this day still. I think got a couple different connections. Like I said, he wasn't from that particular neighborhood, but he was from the neighborhood like close by. So he knew a few resources. He's well acquainted with a few resources that happened to habitat that area where my family is originally from. a couple individual that was, actually from that area. He's well acquainted with, you know, uh, you know, uh, that he grew up with, and also is another individual that's not actually from over there, but he was raised over there. The first one is from over there. He represents that area. He's from over there, but they're both celebrities. The other one was raised up over there, but he's not from over there. But he was raised up. He's from over there, but he doesn't gang bang. But he's from over there. He's raised up over there, and he's the director. He's a director, and he helped direct the Friday movie. Let's just say that, all connected. So that's why Ice Cube had ties to film it in that neighborhood over there, in the ghetto, in the hundreds region of South Central, because he has ties going back to his teens and stuff. You can't just walk up in the area in South Central Compton. I'm speaking about California politics, Southern California politics, LA specifically. You can't walk in the LA hood in the ghetto and just think you can film because you're a celebrity and you have the degree to film or the acting, credibility to act in that area because you're a celebrity. You have to have ties. You can't just go in any area. It don't work like that. You have to know somebody, or you got to get permission from somebody in a particular hood region within LA County. That's how it works out there, especially particularly with the black hoods. I'm pretty sure it works like that with the South Side hoods as well, and other racial hoods. That's in case people didn't know. Some people don't know that. Anyways, like I said, T Slaughter, you're a predator, homie. I don't deal with your kind. We make kinds like your kind PC up from behind the walls out here in these California politics. Ain't nobody gonna make me, dude. Ain't nobody gonna make me shut up about that, homie. Nobody gonna make me shut up about that. I'm not finna keep talking about this, but if I see you somewhere again online, I'm gonna say something. But I already know you're not from California. I can just tell from your swag and everything. California. But yeah, if you was from out here saying that, you would really put yourself on blast, and it would not look good. That's good for you that you're not from South Central, because South Central niggas really don't play stuff like that. What you was doing, saying little predatory remarks to random females, thinking you about to get, think you about to win with the broad or something, like she finna take you back home and show you a real good time between them sheets. I don't know, dude. You're a weirdo, dude. Straight up. You're a weirdo, man. You're a creepo. Barry White. I don't know, man. Maybe so, but wait, Barry White? You talking about? Are you talking about the singer? No, he's not from Compton. Ice Cube is not from Compton. He's from South Central. If you go back and listen to a lot of his songs, no, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just trying to help educate this department, that needs to be corrected. He tells you, you watch some of his videos, he tells you straightly, looking at the camera straightly without blinking, that he's from South Central. And he knows that, obviously. He don't say it all the time. He don't need to say it all the time. He already said a lot in his music. Today was a good day. That song is about a good day that was, that happened in South Central LA for him, according to the story he was speaking about, to his iconic song, Today Was a Good Day, which was released, I believe, in 1992. That song is about a good day in South Central. If you listen to Today Is a Good Day, that song is about South Central, not about Compton. Compton, when he joined NWA, right, which was already somewhat being put together. Well, no, matter of fact, the group was being put together, but the name came about when he joined the group. Eazy-E was from Compton. Dr. Dre was from Compton. I think a couple of the other dudes that was in the group, I forget his name, Yeller. I think he's from Compton. It's a different side, probably a little bit nicer part at the time, whatever. From Compton, he's from Compton, and the other guy was from Compton. The majority of the group was from Compton, except for Ice Cube. Ice Cube. Yes, that's how he got to start. Like, he wasn't from Compton. He was from South Central. Uh, Street ninja. That's funny. I lived the street life in the past. Like I said, I don't involve myself in that lifestyle anymore. I'm rehabilitated for the most part. I'm gonna speak too much about that, but I'm rehabilitated for the most part. But I have been involved at some point in time in the past in the street life. I had lived on the streets. I have been around certain activities. I've done time. I've done time as well on different occasions, and I understand the politics on how things can relate to each other from politics on the streets and from politics from behind the walls. I have an understanding because I've been through that. I won't speak about stuff I don't understand. I've been through. I've seen I've seen enough to understand how serious politics can. Sometimes politics can be happening from behind the walls in state prisons in California, and they can get so bad, right? Especially some racial like type of wars that might be going on from behind the walls, and they can have a chain event and reaction and basically jump off from the streets just because some kind of war might be going on from behind the walls in the California prisons. It can also transpire on the streets as well. It can be like a pattern, that can just keep setting itself off and just set off on the streets coming from prison. Stuff like that can happen real quick. It's happened before. Anyways, yeah, like I said, T Slaughter, you a weirdo, homie. I tell you that straight up. I ain't covering my face up. You a weirdo, dude. You a creepo. I don't even go around starting stuff on the internet just for clout, so I can get my face out there. If you see me, ha ha, he he, and all that. I don't even do that. But since you were making comments to a woman who more than likely you don't have no kind of association with, not even a romantic relationship with, never kissed or anything like that, to be making P-star type of comments to this woman online, explicit comments, and for me to see that and not say nothing about it, that will make me like I'm condoning your weird activities, and me being a man, who's been through the politics and like not saying nothing about it, that just wouldn't suit well with me. So that's why I said something about it. Yes. Oh, a Barry White. Oh, Barry White. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was from LA, and if he was allegedly a gangster or not. I know he's passed. I know he's rest in peace. Probably been rest in peace for the last 20 years. I know that, or a little over 20 years probably. I didn't know. You told me something I didn't know. Allegedly, if that's really true, then I didn't know that. You taught me something. I should go research that myself, see if he was actually, born or raised up in South Central LA. But yeah. Okay, so he moved. Okay, he was born in Texas. He moved to South Central later on as a child or a teenager or something like that. When did he move to South Central? Who's G Perico? Is that a rapper? Some kind of celebrity of some sort? Well, yeah. Like I said, Ice Cube is from South Central, born and raised. He didn't. I don't know. I was around him. That's my generation, obviously. And I'm not from his exact neighborhood. I am from the South Central region of Los Angeles, the West Side. I'm talking about, but I'm not from this particular neighborhood. But I can speak about what I know of, and from my knowledge, what I've been told, back to back. Ice Cube, he wasn't like out there. Well, obviously he wasn't like no hardcore gangbanger or out there just gangbanging and stuff for the most part, from my understanding. But he was raised around certain individuals who were involved in certain street politics back in going 70s, through some 70s and 80s. From my understanding, he wasn't actually out gangbanging like that, but he was around certain individuals who were actually involved in street activities. and that's how he kind of got influenced some kind of way. But he eventually found his way out. You know, he had a few different little rough little situations, you know, coming up and stuff. Especially when he obtained his celebrity status, he was getting into stuff earlier on in his career. You know, you go back and research about Ice Cube, he was getting into quite a few different hassles, which and it's people that pretty much can endorse the fact that he wasn't scared, he wasn't a buster. When it came down to fight, he fought. That endorses that. Just because he wasn't a gangbanger allegedly, doesn't mean he was soft or that he would back down from a fight from a gang or possible gang member that was challenging him to a fight about whatever beef they had about. There's no clear enough information out there that says that Ice Cube was a buster just because he didn't actually, was out there actively gangbanging at one point in time. And since he was from a particular area in South Central and hanging associated with certain individuals, he kind of adapted the lifestyle. So he was tough. He was tough when it came to defending himself and backing up what he was, whatever he was, beef he had, and backing up his, backing up himself against whatever was going on. But anyways, subscribe to the channel, y'all. It's your boy, Mr. Ambitious. This is your boy, Mr. Ambitious. I will be coming at y'all with all kind of, short rap entertainment videos, naughty videos, funny videos. I do it all. I talk about Trump. I do it all. I keep it diverse. I diversify my content all the time. So subscribe, like, don't be shy to like and subscribe, comment, all that. I'm not shy to engage in the comments, whether they're bad or good comments. I'll take all comments. I use it as productivity to keep enforcing the right to make my content over here. So I'm building a drive off of all the comments on here. It don't matter. As long as you ain't saying too much out of pocket. But yeah, then I had to press you. But anyways, check out my uncle. He's done 28 years. He always talking about real life events. Check him out. Talk about different struggles. Sometimes he mentions stuff about he try to help out certain, people that's doing time behind walls. And he talk about, he works at the homeless shelter. He talks about that. He sent out little funny videos too every now and then. Just check us out. Brad Star 127 Family Entertainment. Family entertainment. So anyways, holla back real soon. Don't be shy to subscribe. If you ain't subscribed yet, I don't know what y'all doing if y'all keep watching my content. But if you subscribe, all good, more power to you. Hit that little pretty notification bell to get all notifications when I drop videos, or me and my uncle drop videos. Hit that notification bell. Share the content if you like, so other people can view this glorious content as well. Comment. Don't be sure to comment, subscribe, and we're doing our job. And I will keep dropping the content, for your eyes to view. We'll keep it diversified, powerful, positive, and impactful over here. Holla back with another banger soon. I'm out.